Welcome to the Homestead Kitchen. I'm Jill and Rachel's helping me behind the camera. Today what we're working on is chicken guts, known as hearts, gizzards, and livers, and we're going to show you some great ways to use those to feed your family. We're going to start out with frying the hearts and gizzards. Hearts are pretty self-explanatory, and you know what they look like. Gizzards are the stomach of the chicken, and we've already peeled those. I've shown how to do that in another video that's in our chicken butchering course, if you want to check that out. But we've already taken the inner lining that holds the sack with the rocks and the feed and all out. So it's an open gizzard. And then I went ahead and boiled them already. Hearts I use just straight. We just trim them and use them. Gizzards you have to cook first. Because that's such a heavily used muscle, it can be a little tough. So when you boil it for anywhere from 40 minutes to a couple hours, depending on the chicken and what they've been eating and so on, till they're just fork tender, then they're ready to use. Let's go ahead and I'll show you what we're gonna do to fry these up for lunch. I'm gonna start out with making my breading for them. It gives it a little extra flavor. We're going gluten-free today, so I have millet flour that I ground. You'll notice a lot of these are in non-standard containers, my ingredients. I get things in bulk and then use them. That way we can get high quality, fresh herbs, spices, flours for a good price. So I added some millet. I have a recipe, I'll put in the links with exact measurements, but honestly, you can see I don't measure much. I'm adding some oregano, a little bit of marjoram, this is all to taste. Always have to have garlic. I prefer granulated garlic, but all I could get the last time was garlic powder, so that's what we have today. I have used fresh garlic when it's just fresh in season. It just changes things a little bit. This is smoked paprika. You can't beat smoked paprika. All of these are just to taste. The basic ingredients for the breading are some kind of flour, whether it's millet or quinoa or cornmeal or wheat flour, and salt. Beyond that, it's strictly to taste. I couldn't find my thyme. I might be out of it. I like thyme usually. The smoked paprika is a standard thing. Always garlic. Can't hardly do this without garlic. It makes the hugest difference. From there, you can use whatever spices you prefer. I like to mix these up and then let them sit for a little bit. That helps the flavors meld together. Make sure it's all mixed up good. That'll do. Okay. Once we have the breading mix, hearts are really yummy. They are a family favorite around here for most of the kids. They like them really crispy, fried up. What I do is cut them in half so it's a little bit smaller piece. You can see we trimmed the aorta and the other vessels off the top right above that fat line. Rinse them really good. And then I'm just going to cut them all into halves. Now that I've got these cut into half, I'm just going to add them to the breading mix and they'll get to sit there. If need be, remove any blood clots. Sometimes I just rinse them again one more time just to make sure they're good and clean. It's just the way it is with hearts, even when you wash them. Part of working with real food is understanding that it's real life, and so you have these things. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up a little bit and let the coating get all over the hearts. Okay, now we're going to add some gizzards. I'm not going to add too many because some people like them, some people don't. You can see you'll see that there is a really harder membrane on the inside here. There's a connective tissue in between these lobes. Originally, this was folded around the sac. I'm going to trim it to cut off that connective tissue because even after boiling, it's super tough. Well, sometimes these are heart-sized, half a heart-sized. I'll just throw them in. I usually cut this bigger piece in half. You don't have to. Not at all. These don't have a super livery taste. A little bit more than the hearts, but they taste really more like hearts than like liver. Some of the organs can have more of that, if they're a filtering organ, more of that flavor. This is just a muscle. It's the muscle that massages the stomach, gets it all moving, so it's really a milder taste. I'm going to try to pickle some of these, and we'll show you that too if I get to it. I have to figure it out because I haven't found a good recipe yet. They're all pretty complicated. We like to keep it simple here. Okay, so I've got those cut into pieces. Shake them all around. Okay, they're fine to sit there for a minute. Let's go on over to the stove and we'll get them frying. Okay, I'm frying these today in a mixture of lard and tallow. Those are fats that take the heat without breaking down and creating free radicals and other bad things that we don't really want. I got it super hot. Almost too hot actually, but it still works. Okay, I'm just adding these slowly and gently. I usually have my pan lid over here to protect from spatters. Slowly getting brown and crisp. You can see them. They don't take too long. Okay, these are ready to come out. They could be a little bit crispier yet. This depends on how you like them. This time around, I'm sneaking in some livers. I'm gonna just throw them right in the breading mix and then fry them up and see if anybody even notices. One of the tricks with liver, there's a couple of tricks, is to fry it very gently. So I'm gonna throw the harder pieces in first. And the liver pieces, they're only gonna stay in the fat for a few minutes. If you don't overcook liver, it doesn't get chalky. The other trick with liver, and I didn't do this, but I have done it other times, is to soak it like you would fish. You can soak it in milk, lemon water, salt water, whatever suits you fancy and you have available. And that'll help pull a lot of that liver taste out, so it doesn't taste quite so liverish. It can be as hot as 500 degrees, which is really hot, 450, to cook these up fast and crispy without being here for forever. Okay, we're gonna call the livers done and pull them out. Normally, if I make a stir fry with the organs or something like that, I really just sort of steam the liver. I don't really cook it hard. Like I said, I don't want it to get chalky. So, there, that should be all the livers. And we'll let the gizzards and hearts go for just a minute longer. Okay, we've got the hearts and gizzards. They're done, they're ready to serve. You can put ketchup with them, barbecue sauce, honey mustard, whatever dipping sauce that you like. And they are great. That is a kid-approved recipe. Let's take a look at these livers a minute. Okay, let's slice this open and see. There. You can see it's just a little pink, not that gray color that you maybe associate with liver. That'll be nice and tender, not too bad. Frank, you want to try this?
What is it?
Chicken.
Is that liver?
It is liver.
I think liver.
Is it edible? And that is one way to serve hearts, livers, and gizzards from the chicken to your family. They will love it. Just want to point out as well that that breading mix that you saw me make works really good for making homemade chicken nuggets as well as homemade fried chicken. It's a great all-purpose breading mix. Give it a try. The organs are the healthiest part of the chicken for you, and this is a great way to enjoy a little bit of that bounty.